Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the breaking news that came out that Kawhi Leonard is ahead of schedule in his rehab with his ACL tear. So before we start today's video, what do you guys think that means for the Los Angeles Clippers? This is a team that was one of the best three-point shooting teams in the entire league last year. Okay, they were phenomenal. Tyler's a great coach, and they don't get enough credit. So I want to hear your opinion. What do you guys think? They brought back a lot of the same players. And they have 4 guys on training camp deals with Harry Giles, Isaiah Hartenstein, George King, and Moses Wright. And 2-way contracts in Amir Coffey and Jay Scrubb. So when I look at this roster, it got younger in certain aspects. You know, you look at Jason Preston, Brandon Boston, and Keon Johnson. Guys, the only one I really think is going to play out of there is maybe Jason Preston if they have some point guard trouble, or Keon Johnson if his athleticism and his ability to play defense is so overwhelming that they can't keep him on the bench, okay? But besides that, Paul George, Eric Bledsoe, Marcus Morris, Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson, Serge Ibaka, Zubac, Justice Winslow, I could see be running at point. Like, if you think about it, this team, their point guard position could be ran by Eric Bledsoe, Reggie Jackson, and Justice Winslow and Terrence Mann as their like 4-man point guard rotation or like ball handlers for most of the year. I could see that. At the same time, I could see our man Justice Winslow falling out of the league because he's just god awful. But when we think about this, if Kawhi can come back ahead of schedule, because I assume with this team, Paul George is going to be playing small forward instead of shooting guard. I expect the starting lineup to maybe be Eric Bledsoe and Reggie Jackson, or Reggie Jackson and Luke Kennard, or if they feel like Terrence Mann is ready to come with the starters instead of coming off the bench, then Terrence Mann. But yeah, and I think maybe is Serge Ibaka and Zubac, who's going to be the starter out of there? Serge Ibaka if healthy, and then Batum at power forward, Paul George at small forward, then either Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson, or Terrence Mann at shooting guard, then point guard. I guess Eric Bledsoe is going to start the year as the starting point guard. And yeah, Paul George is small forward. I think that team, a lot of shooting, a lot of floor spacing, a lot of transition. And by one thing, with Kawhi coming back, I think if this team can show that they're really good at defense and scoring without Kawhi coming back will just make this team even scarier, in my opinion. Probably make it one of the scarier teams in the entire league, if I had to. Let me take a sip of this Earl Grey. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Will Kawhi still be the same guy when he comes back? Because let's pull up his stats. I have my laptop right here. This is why I keep looking over. If we pull up Kawhi Leonard's stats, okay, Kawhi, since coming to the Clippers, okay, he's basically just gotten better. 51% from the field, 39% from 3. And yeah, his scoring's gone down a tick. And the one thing, do I think Kawhi is still the same guy that he was on the Raptors or before the injury? I don't know. I think he's still amazing. Do you guys think he's lost like a quarter of a step? I just feel like there's sometimes when you watch Kawhi, you're just like, I feel like Kawhi, it used to be like he always was there, always doing something. So, and sometimes there's just that little fraction, you're just like, okay, that's all. But besides that, Kawhi's still the same guy. And if he can come back and still be the same guy without needing too much rust to shake off, this team is dangerous. Okay, I don't think there's anyone who's going to be able to keep up with them. I don't think there's... Yeah, I think the Lakers or the Clippers are going to come out the West. I think it's either that. If the Clippers are healthy, I think they're a threat. I think the one thing that has always cursed the Clippers is health. If they're healthy, this team can be phenomenal. Think back to the days of Lob City with DeAndre Jordan and Chris Paul. And then you come forward. In the past 2 seasons with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they've came up short because of, I think, health. And if they are healthy, this is a NBA Finals team. Said and done. I think that is so apparent, and it would be a travesty, in my opinion, if they did not at least make the Western Conference Finals. All right, this is a team too good not to be in the Western Conference Finals. Okay, they're just so phenomenal. Kawhi Leonard is an MVP every year, even though if he doesn't get, people don't say it enough. Okay, this is a team that Kawhi Leonard is what they need at all times. He is their lifeblood. So that's where I get like, I really think people need to realize that if Kawhi does come back early, bad news for the NBA. So that's about it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like, subscribe.